The mistletoe margarita, the Scrooge driver, the North Pole punch. The holidays call for cocktails, so get everything you'll need for them delivered with Drizzly, the go-to app for drink delivery. So
what's it gonna be?
Classics like Bullet Bourbon, Don Julio Reposado, or Kettle One, or maybe something new. Find it all on Drizzly, where you can get beer, wine, and spirits delivered for any holiday festivity. Download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com today. Must be 21 plus, not available in all locations.
Jesse? Jesse? Hey, wake up. Come on, we gotta go to the Max. Come on, Jesse.
Where are we going?
Where are we going? You're singing tonight.
Wait, what am I gonna wear?
Jesse, remember? Lisa's bringing your costume.
Right, I gotta wash my hair.
No, there's no time.
No time! There's never any time! I don't have time to study! I'll never get into Stanford! I'll let everyone down! I'm so confused!
It's okay.
You're right.
It's okay.
Everything will be okay.
Yeah.
I just need one of these.
Pills? You mean you really are taking drugs?
I need them.
Jesse, give me those.
I need them, Zach! I have to sing! I'm so excited! I'm so excited! No time!
On this episode of The Commercial Break.
She was on Jimmy Kimmel, or who's that guy? Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
And I could not believe it. I could not believe my fucking eyes.
Right.
Because
almost unrecognizable.
We saw that video maybe a year ago, or at the beginning of
The
season
NFT.
3. The NFT that she put together where the fucking tree was growing out of her vagina or whatever. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. You're going to get tongue. You're going to first base. Ah! People were just it was just so different then. There was a sense of naivete about everybody.
It really was, because at this point now, in our culture, like, you can just say
you can put balls on the back of your truck and no one gives a shit. Yeah.
Delta Airlines reservation system, how can I help you? Yeah, it's been about a month with this chick. I gotta break up with her. You got any cheap airfare I can pretend that I'm using? Oh, hey, Jim, yeah. Today's specials to the south of France, $2,000 for runway. I can't have that kind of money. I don't have that kind of pretend money. You think you got something cheaper?
That's so stupid.
Really is.
Just to break up with somebody?
The next episode of The Commercial Break starts now.
Catholics, welcome back to another episode of The Commercial Break. I'm Bryan Green. This is my dear friend and co-host, Kristen Joy Hoadley. Best to you, Krissy.
Best to you, Bryan.
And best to you out there in the podcast universe. How the hell are you? Thanks for joining us on yet another episode of this, The Commercial Break. It's not for everyone, but fact, news, or fiction is guaranteed in 1 minute or less, or your money back. Go to the brand new tcbpodcast.com to collect your earnings. Better than most, but not better than the best.
Yes.
As our friend Suck Monkey said. Thank you very much, Suck Monkey, for all of your help. Welcome back. I'm glad you joined us. I have been keeping up on a story that I think is extraordinarily interesting.
Okay.
And that is Madonna.
Do tell. Oh.
Have you been seeing Madonna?
Yeah.
What in the good fuck
I pop in
is
and
going
look,
on with Madonna?
I don't know. I pop
What is
in
going on with her?
and I pop out.
Yeah. Speaking of aliens, like Madonna looks like a fucking alien. Mm-hmm. Now, listen, very beautiful woman.
Amazing musician. I mean, incredible. I was
paved the way
with her when I was younger. Just in love.
Paved the way for the strong diva.
Yes.
Take control, no bullshit. I think in a lot of ways, she through her image and the way that she handled herself, through her incredible career, paved the way for a lot of equality,
Absolutely.
some equality in the music business.
Yes.
Right? So good for her, and I don't want to take anything away from her.
No.
And I don't like making fun of people's looks, because it's something they can't control.
But she can control the surgeries.
However, you can control the surgeries, and she's Michael Jackson-esque at this point. It is crazy. She has got gold teeth and silver teeth, and she's got these fangs, and then she's got so much surgery that her face is blown up like a balloon.
Yeah, and the butt.
Oh my God.
The butt implants.
And it's just, everything's going to hell in a handbasket.
I know.
She looks like a fucking alien. Madonna looks like a fucking alien.
Yeah.
That's the best way to explain it.
There was a way to slide into 60, and I don't know if it was this.
Yeah, I don't know if sliding into 60 meant like sliding in on a stretcher every 3 days to your favorite, plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of those people, they get addicted to plastic surgery.
You do.
And then they get addicted to the pain medicine. I'm not saying that's Madonna, but they get addicted to the pain medicine that comes with the surgery. And it's like they're just going in every 15 days to get some other touch-up work.
Done. And there's doctors that'll do it.
Oh, she looks horrible.
And there's people that surround you that say, yeah, that looks great.
Madonna's got to be one of the richest musicians on earth.
Artists,
yeah. And she's had her cheeks put up so high that now her eyes are closed because her cheeks are in place of her eyes.
There's subtle surgery, and then there's just full blown.
Well, listen.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with her, but she looks like I don't know the best way to explain it. You know how you go and you get one of those like the kid doll, like what they call them, like puffums or something, but they're those little squishy things. They're squishy. You pull them and they're like plastic. Okay. Let's say like a Minions toy. And then you can squeeze it, and then its head blows up.
Oh, right, and it puffs up.
And it puffs up. It looks like someone squeezed the bottom of her, and it puffed up on the top. It's like, it looks highly disturbing.
Squeeze the middle.
Yeah.
So it puffed out at the butt.
It puffed out of the butt and the top. Right.
Yeah.
But then it also puffed out at the middle, too. It puffed out everywhere, basically. It's like someone took a balloon and blew her up. She was on Jimmy Kimmel, or who's that guy? Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
And I could not believe it. I could not believe my fucking eyes.
Right.
Because
almost unrecognizable.
We saw that video maybe a year ago or at the beginning of season
NFT.
3, the NFT that she put together where the fucking tree was growing out of her vagina or whatever. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. But okay, it's a little artistic expression.
Yes.
She looks kind of halfway normal in there. But I guess that's because it was an NFT and they got to put edit highly edited. Because when she came on unvarnished on Jimmy Fallon, and that's the first time I've seen her on a talk show in years.
Yeah.
And I think everybody probably had the same reaction that I did. Whoa, what happened to Madonna? God bless America.
I know.
God
you can
bless
do
America.
anything you
do
want.
anything you want. And we have all that money. Doesn't she live in Lake Como with George Clooney over there?
She lived in London for a while.
I thought it was Italy.
No, it was London.
Oh, it wasn't? Didn't she get a British accent for a hot minute there, too?
Yes.
I think she still has that.
Yes.
Yeah. It's so stupid.
Some people just pick those
It's
up.
me, Madonna. Good to see you. She got like a Hackney accent, too. Not even the good kind of British accent, like the Hackney accent.
It's gone a little far, in my opinion. But you know what? If she's healthy and happy, living her best life.
There you go.
Surrounded by people that tell her she looks good.
You know who's a good example of like sliding into 90 years old or however old she is? She's got to be older than 60. She's probably in 70s at this point.
I just was reading an email that said happy birthday to Madonna.
You know who kind of slid in looking semi-decent? Cher. Cher kind of slid in looking semi-decent. Remember, she was 70 when she
got
60,
a lot of
70.
plastic surgery too, but it turned out to just fit her.
Yeah, it fit her.
It looked
good. Always a very good-looking woman, and then she just kind of subtly did it so that she was keeping up with the times.
Right.
Remember in the 90s, she did that video where she was on a Navy ship and riding the gunboat?
Was that If I Could Turn Back Time?
If I could turn back time, if I could find
Yeah, she was like in a full dominatrix outfit too.
Oh yeah, remember she was dating like a 10-year-old or something. Yeah, she was 73 back then. Now she's 97 and she still looks halfway normal. Dolly Parton, another example of a woman who just looks
fantastic,
kind of normal at her age.
You know, she's had surgery,
but
she's still her.
She says she's never touched the ladies though. Mm-hmm. She says she's never touched the ladies. The ladies have been all natural the entire life.
No, she doesn't.
That's what she said.
No, she does.
Yes, she did. That's what she said.
I've seen it.
I saw a Johnny Carson episode where she said, "I never touched the ladies."
Is that from 50 years ago?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. I saw her say that. She's like, "I'm never going to touch the ladies. I never touched the ladies."
She's touched the ladies. So
you think she's touched the ladies?
Oh yeah, she's admitted to having everything, but she, she's done it gracefully, and she still is Dolly.
Do you think she like pulled them up or got them blown up? I mean, she was
had implants.
I guess
did all of that.
Yeah. Who else looks good with plastics? Mickey Rourke is another one.
I'd say Mickey Rourke and Madonna might have the same surgeon.
They probably do. Well, Mickey Rourke has a discount surgeon. That guy goes down to Tijuana for his work.
You know who looks great? And I can't figure it out. My sister and I are convinced she might be a vampire.
Who?
And that is Demi Moore.
Oh, yeah. Demi Moore does look good.
I mean, she looks like the exact same. It's same. It's just same.
Yeah, Demi Moore looks good. Who's the
she
British?
She doesn't look like she's had any surgery, but you know she has because she can't look like it's not possible.
Well, she also can't close her eyes, so you know that their surgery has been done there.
But I mean, she looks the same.
You know who else is looking good is who's the British actress who is married to Hugh Grant? Do you remember? You know what I'm talking about? Elizabeth Hurley. Elizabeth Hurley is like posting pictures with her son a lot in bikinis. Like it's kind of a weird thing that's going on there. Yeah, it's a little strange. You know, I'm not opposed to getting a little touch up here and there.
No.
And if you own a plastic surgery place, and Krissy and I are taking free plastic surgery.
We would love to.
Right
Did
now.
we throw this out before?
We did, and no one contacted us. They gave us an Athletic Green sponsorship instead.
Get pretty from the inside out.
Yeah, they were like, you're not going to live long enough for plastic surgery, so you might as well just clean that shit out.
Now that we're big in Canada, that's maybe we
make
could
a run for the border.
Get the Canadian surgery.
I don't think the Canadians get surgery. I think they're like, I don't know. They're not as vain as we are here in the United States. But the good news is the camera's far enough away that it doesn't catch all of our ugly spots. But I'm not, listen,
we are what we are.
We are what we are. But if someone wants to offer us plastic surgery, I'll get my ladies done. I'll just share that right now.
I would definitely get some done, but I mean, there's a tipping point.
So what would you get done? So like, would you get your boobs done?
I would maybe get something
like a lift up.
Yeah, maybe like
implant.
a lift.
Yeah.
Maybe like some lasery type stuff.
Yeah, we get the lasery type stuff.
Smooth
the skin. Yeah. I'd get some of my freckles taken. You know, I have freckles because I'm Irish. I'd get some of those taken away. But then again, when I go to the tanning bed every 3 days.
Honestly, I try to work out.
I get my eyes and my nose and my lips and
just your whole face.
Yeah, my whole face. This whole general area here, and then everything in the penis area. I get my balls pulled up, and I get one of those pumps.
A ball lift.
Yeah. Why, Bryan 3000?
That's all you need.
I need a nut lift. At some point, you need a nut lift. That's just what happens, guys. I'm not saying I'm there. I'm just saying I know it's coming. I know that gravity is eventually going to take charge. And I'll be dragging these bad boys across the room.
Well, all the better for the DD canter.
That's right. The DD canter. That's right.
Dip your balls in the wine, get a good sense of, what year.
Yep.
Make and model.
Your make and model. I'm just going to tell the guy, I'm going to say, don't bother putting it on the table. Yes. Just put a couple of those ramekins on the floor, and I'm just going to splash through them.
Yes. See which one you like.
Just imagine I'm dragging my nuts across the floor.
What if you like it? Well, have you been to Napa before?
Yeah.
I've been to Napa, and I just imagine you go into like Mondavi.
Yeah.
Or
swinging my nuts around and throwing them into one of the barrels.
They pour some in a glass, and you just set it down on the floor.
Yeah, and I just open the little flap, and they just go bloop. Or I just swing them around and throw them in a barrel.
Good choice, sir.
Good choice, sir. Your nuts have impeccable taste.
For those of you who don't know, there was a couple of years ago when we first started the show, there was a story out there to where you can. They
claimed that you could taste. That men could taste stuff with their
through their balls.
That's right. Their tasty testicles. Their testy taste receptors. Yeah. The tasty test receptors.
So we thought, yes, let's use that to your advantage during tasting wine.
Yeah, if you get the canter or whatever his name is, the sommelier, the nut malier comes over and he puts a little in a bowl with 2 ramekins. Just imagine nuts, like a teabagging.
Yes.
And imagine that they had shaped a ramekin in that shape or a small bowl, and then he would pour a ramekin, then he would pour a little bit in that double-sided ramekin, and then you would just splash your nuts in it and be like, oh, sir.
I'll take the Chateau Marmont.
And I'd be like, do I taste there's a little bit of walnut. It's a little oaky in there.
Leather.
A little leather. I taste some leather. And he'd go, sir, your tasty test receptors are amazing. How did you know that, sir?
Refined.
I can taste it through my testes. And then I was wondering, does it come up tasting in your mouth, or is it just literally?
We've ruminated on this for a while. We need to go back and investigate.
For 2 years, I've been wondering on this one.
Why didn't you just try it? Just get a bottle of wine.
Well, I got children.
In the privacy of your own home.
My own bedroom. I'm going to ask her to dress up like a cat, and we'll just throw my balls into some wine and call it a night.
Have a great evening. Happy anniversary.
Free the balls. Yeah. What if we were all just walking around with our balls hanging out of our pants?
No.
Oh, no, it's okay. Yeah. Men we're already on the shit list enough. Our balls hanging out the pants.
No.
Speaking of tasty test receptors, we're in the middle of Love Connection Week here. Oh, were you going to say something?
Well, I was going to say, what about the balls in the back of trucks sometimes that you see?
Those, yes. And I find that to be a highly disturbing trend.
I do.
Yeah. I don't want to see your balls while I'm driving down the road.
And they're swinging.
Yeah, they're
around.
swinging, and they look real. Like, they look real. And it's like, wow.
They're swinging from like the hitch.
I know. This is what's wrong with America. We're so impressed by ourselves.
We are.
Everyone's so funny. Everyone's a fucking comedian. Everyone's so impressed with themselves. Everyone has a comedy podcast.
Everyone does.
Everyone gets number one in Canada. It's pretty easy to do that. So we're in the middle of Love Connection week, 3 straight shows of the Love Connection. There's 2 things that Krissy and I find that get asked a lot of us. 3 things, actually, but one of them we don't do anymore, so I'm going to stick with the 2 things we do. That's Frankie B is certainly by far the one that we get asked most
but
to
he's on hiatus.
redo. But he's on hiatus. We've retired his content, mainly because he's not making a new content, so we don't have anything else to do. But, just to kind of, so we broaden our horizons here. Number 2,
tasters.
that's Mountain Monsters, which were,
Yes.
we just did a couple Mountain Monsters earlier in the season, so we're going to put that away for a second. But one that we love and that we've gone back to, this is our third one in a row, but I think this is our fourth or fifth. Yeah. Is that we love to go back and take a look at old Love Connection episodes. Love Connection is, as I always say, the very first blind date type show. Now, they don't take the cameras along with, but a guy or a girl gets on the couch. They give them 3 options to choose from based on some short video clips, and then the audience decides on who they think the person should go out with, and the person themselves can then choose who they go out with. And they come back, they go on a date, a blind date. There's no cameras involved. They come back and they talk about that, and then they find out if they're compatible. And if they are not, then the audience can choose to have them go on a second date if they chose someone different. So you know how it goes. Many of you probably weren't even born when the Love Connection had their last episode. But Krissy and I love this show because times were different back then, and it's just funny to watch people.
I mean, our favorite is when they mention anything to do with sex. That's sexually innuendo. The audience goes wild.
They go absolutely
she
crazy.
Saw her knees.
Knees are the tits of the legs.
They sat on the couch.
That means you're getting laid. You're going to get tongue. You're going to first base. Ah! People were it was just so different then. There's a sense of naivete about everybody. It really was,
because at this point now, in our culture, like, you can just say
you can put balls on the back of your truck and no one gives a shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. In the 80s, you didn't do that. There were no balls on the back of trucks. I mean, really, honestly.
Yeah.
I remember when the stickers came out where Calvin was pissing on Hobbs. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That came out in like the mid-90s, those stickers did. And I remember being literally shocked that someone had a picture of Calvin pissing on Hobbs.
Yeah.
And if you know what Calvin and Hobbs are, then you're clearly a little bit younger than we are. But go look it up. It's a cartoon character or a Sunday Funnies character.
That's
and
right.
You don't even know what the Sunday Funnies. I don't even know I'm bothering. It's like I'm trying to explain like the cell phone to cavemen. It's I don't know. Hey, cats and kittens, welcome to the commercial break. Inside the commercial break, you are the best part of the commercial break, and Krissy and I want to include you even more. So do us a favor, hit us up with your comments, questions, concerns, or content ideas at one of 2 places, either 661-237-8296. You can text us or leave us a voicemail there, or you can send us an email through the website. Just go to tcbpodcast.com and hit the contact us button. While you're there, you can listen to all the audio or watch all the video right from one location, tcbpodcast.com. Commercials, am I right? But for a lot of us independent creators, it pays the bills and it keeps the content coming free and frequently to you. So do us a favor, take a listen to our sponsors, and if you're ever in the market for their products or services, you could use the URLs or the specialized codes we drop inside of those ads. That lets the sponsors that financially support us know that we're doing our job. Therefore, and for you are financially supporting us. But you don't have to spend money to love on us. You can always leave us a review, a rating, or a comment on your favorite podcast player. Take 2 minutes. If you send us a screenshot, I'll send you some swag, and you'll forever be known in our hearts as the human who said they love the commercial break out loud to other people. At The Commercial Break on Instagram or TikTok and youtube.com/The Commercial Break. The videos are edited with a lot of love, care, and extra comedy, so after you listen to it here, go watch it on YouTube and get an extra laugh you can put in your stash. We're going to hear about those sponsors now, and then we'll be back to this episode of The Commercial Break.
the mistletoe margarita, the Scrooge driver, the North Pole punch. The holidays call for cocktails, so get everything you'll need for them delivered with Drizzly, the go-to app for drink delivery. So
What's it gonna be?
Classics like Bullet Bourbon, Don Julio Reposado, or Kettle One, or maybe something new. Find it all on Drizzly, where you can get beer, wine, and spirits delivered for any holiday festivity. Download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com today. Must be 21 plus, not available in all locations.
Anyway, let's go back to the Love Connection, Krissy, with episode number 3 of our Love Connection week. I was trolling on the internet.
As you do.
As I do. And let's get back to Chuck and see what he's doing here. Hold on 1 second. Just want to make sure. Okay, there we go.
If any of you guys want to go back and listen to the first one we did, I think it was called What the Fuck, Chuck?
WTF Chuck. That's right.
For more of Love Connection.
Garden City, New York, he says that his social life would be a lot better if he just stayed there. He likes to go to nightclubs to meet women. He admits that he's not as nice to his dates as he used to be. Please welcome Jim Fallon.
I mean,
They're ball bitches.
I'm not as nice to my dates as I used to be.
That's not a great thing to admit right off the bat, Jim Prezzioni. By the way,
no wonder he's never been married.
If there is a candidate, if there has ever been a candidate on these shows, and I'm sure this happened a lot, that these candidates came on coked up and whizzed out because it's the, wing-ding 80s and everyone was just doing cocaine.
Yes.
And our diet pills that was essentially cocaine. If there's ever been a candidate, I think it's our boy Jim here.
I think so.
His jaw is already moving a million miles per hour. I'm good. I got an 8 ball in my pocket. It's burning a hole through me. So if we get through this pretty quick, I'd appreciate it. Thanks.
It's Preziosi, right?
Yeah, Preziosi.
How'd you used to treat your dates if you're not going to treat them that way anymore?
Well, I used to bend over backwards, take them out to nice dinner, and do basically what they wanted to do, and I always got abused after that.
Wow, what do you mean they...
Oh, poor Jim. Abused? What exactly do you mean by that, Jim? Yeah, like girls are running around smacking you across the face because you took them out to a nice dinner. You spent money on me! I hate that Chanel purse.
I love that now he's coming on the dating show to say that he doesn't want to treat people nice anymore.
This is the beginning of... This is not the beginning. Yeah.
For him. For Jim.
Yeah. Jim would fit right in 2022 in some circles.
That's true.
I mean, sometimes, like, they wouldn't, it would just be like, ignore you during the middle of the date, or I'd be too tired to do something. I work a lot of hours.
So now, what do you do now?
Well, basically what the rest of the staff that I work with, we've gone basically on the No Respect Underground 87 tour. And basically with that is
the No Respect Underground 87 tour. When you and your friends start making up names for the things you're doing, you have no women in your life. I'm just saying that. Yeah. We're going on the No Respect to get some pussy tour 87. That means you've never had pussy before. That's what that means. That's what I did when I was 15 years old. It's the Spring Break 1997 Get Laid tour. Make t-shirts, Jim.
Hey, girl, it's me, Carl. Hey, Jim, it's me, girl. Carl, I just thought I wanted to call you up and I just want to give you a piece of advice. Don't name your adventures the 87 Underground Tour, because it's not very underground to name it the 87 Getting Girls Tour. I'm just sharing. Hey, talk to you later.
Oh, wait, I think we missed what he said there. Hold on.
No, he said the tour. He said the tour. He's going on the tour.
I got a feeling that does it
and
work?
The Love Connection is first stop on my tour date.
Listen, if Love Connection is any stop on your dating, you're either one of two things. You're looking to get famous because this is a television show, probably had like 16 million people watching on any given day. Or number 2, you don't have any luck with women.
No. Yeah, a lot of times it does.
A lot of times it does.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, do you have a special way to meet women? I mean, it's if you have no respect.
Yeah, I go up to them and I punch them in the face. And they said, hey, bitch, what do you think about going on a date? It works so much better than giving them presents and paying for dinner.
No respect for you, and I just want to know if you'd like to go out tomorrow night.
Basically, you do, if you've ever seen the movie 9.5 Weeks, one of my biggest idols. So
9.5 weeks. If he says one of my biggest idols is Mickey Rourke, I think we'll just stop the episode there. It's the first 20-minute episode of the commercial break ever. And I have a feeling that's what he's going to say. And I haven't seen this whole episode, but...
The film year has been Mickey Rourke. And you do the Mickey Rourke approach, and believe me, it works. It's, you basically just sit there and you don't care. You've got a you don't care attitude.
I see.
Basically with that.
Kind of indifferent.
Yeah.
This has worked real great for me in the past, Chuck. I'm on a roll.
So a misconception that actually works.
Well, this is what all these pickup artists say, too.
I know.
It's like the basic premise of all of their
I never
formulas.
felt that way. I mean, yeah, there's maybe like a bad boy type thing that you could get into, but never was I like somebody that was mean to me.
Yeah.
I
mean, bad boy I get, but like completely dismissive of all your needs.
Exactly.
Seems to be like, but I get it. Some people, and I'm not saying women because I think men get into this too, but I know I have been. You get into a fix it mode, right? Is that I can fix them or
I've been in that mode before too, but they were nice to me. They were really sweet.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day,
flaws.
Yeah, not me so much. I didn't. Some of these women were very nice to me, but I get it. I do get the kind of I want what I can't have, or something's broken, I can fix it, or no one else can reach them.
A maturity issue.
Yeah, I never had much of that. I started the commercial break, so.
Thank you. From the sound of the audience, it sounds like it worked real good.
It does.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's take a look at the tapes.
Chuck's like, okay, if you say so. Hey, let's move on to other things. That's the thing I hate about Chuck Woolery in this show. Even though I love Chuck Woolery as the host of this show, he's not a very great human being now. But the thing I love about Chuck Woolery as the host of this show is that he can navigate his way around anything by basically ignoring everything.
Yes.
He never. But that's the thing I hate about him too, is because he never asks the tough questions.
Right.
And he should.
Like,
but he's got 8 minutes.
Let's move along. Yeah.
These things are exactly
timed.
8 minutes and 7 seconds long.
So much timed that he specifically will be back in 2 and 2. And it was always 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Always.
I've seen full episodes with the commercials, and it's 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
It really is.
And for those of you that don't know, 9.5 Weeks is a very famous movie. It's a piece of erotica that came out back in the late 80s. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you something. In the late 80s, this was basically porn. It was like super. There were a lot of tits and ass in this movie.
Kim Basinger,
Mickey Rourke. And Mickey Rourke played this like too cool for school detective or some shit. Take your clothes off. I'm going to rip your butt blouse off with my teeth. I'm going to squirt mustard on your tits and lick it with my dick. I mean, it's just like, it was like a rather raunchy movie. If 9.5 Weeks came on HBO, I mean, if you were a teenage boy, you were finding a way to watch 9.5 Weeks alone in your bedroom. The word 9.5 Weeks basically caused a lot of guys my age to ejaculate. I'm just sharing that right now. 9.5 Weeks. Ah! It's true. It's so true.
No, it's gotta be true.
So true.
Sonny, remember, you're going to vote again, okay? First, it was Robbie. Now, she was born on an Air Force base in Germany. Her hobbies include painting and drawing, and she dates about every other night. She says that she...
every other night? Jeez, the 80s was awesome.
I know. I'll go out with you.
I know.
And then you.
I know.
2 days.
Now they're like the teenagers and the 20-somethings. They don't date. They don't date. They don't even want to go into a relationship. They don't want to have sex.
They don't want to talk on the phone.
Yeah, they're afraid to have sex. They don't want to talk on the phone. They text each other. They ghost each other. They scroll right.
DM,
I know.
Nude pics.
So weird. You're missing out on so much awesome stuff.
She got a big surprise on her last date, and here's what happened.
He took off his glasses and said, "Oh, this guy's good looking. Not too bad without the glasses." Took off his shirt and went, "Where did that body come from?" I mean, this guy had pecs and had ripples on his stomach.
It's me, Frankie B.
That's Frankie.
Look at my body. Frankie would have probably been about 27 years old, 30 years old.
She's 27 and divorced twice.
She's divorced twice?
That's what it said.
Oh, my God.
It said that she's a manager of a limo service.
Well, hey, that's a great way to get husbands. That's a great way to get husbands. Take off your shirt, Frankie.
Where
can you
did
imagine
that body come
a young
from?
Frankie B rolling around the streets? Hey, look at my body.
In limos.
Hey, can I get in your limo? Meanwhile, she said she's 27 years old, and everybody in the 80s, who was 20 years old, looks 56.
Yeah, I think it was all the sun.
Yeah.
You never know.
I'm not saying a word. Not saying a word.
Good things are hiding under funny stuff.
I'm glad he didn't take anything else
Bleach
off.
blonde hair parted down the middle and then straight bangs.
Yeah. Weird.
Next, it was Melissa. She enjoys horseback riding and spending time
Is that
with
Billy Ray
5-year-old daughter.
Cyrus?
Now, she's been divorced for 4 years.
The women in the 80s, it's the worst hairstyles of all time are female hairstyles in the 80s. And listen, some of the guys' hairstyles were not all that great either.
No,
but it seems like universally bad with women. Doesn't matter what kind of haircut you had. It was like, let's find a way to make females universally unattractive to anybody. It's awful.
It's a mullet.
It's that she's very hesitant about getting involved in another serious relationship. Here's a little more.
It's just hard to let someone, like, if they tell you, oh, you're the only one for me, it's like, right, but, I doubt it. So I don't
Got
tend
it.
to get
Been there, done that,
emotionally
divorced at 24.
Like I may
So stupid.
have in the past.
Okay, and finally, you watch Lisa. She loves amusement parks, and she dates about once a week. Lisa
That hair has to be 6 feet off her head.
I mean, those bangs
Look at that teasing.
big.
I think this is 1986 is what I read.
That's a
too.
lot of Aquanet.
she'll be perfectly happy just being a housewife, and she tells us about the last man that she
That is a walking fire hazard.
It really is.
It is. If you come anywhere near a flame.
And people smoked a lot during that
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Vroom.
Yeah, like America's Funniest Home Videos back in the early 90s. There was a lot of funny home videos of women's hair going up in fire because they were smoking.
We went to a friend of mine's party, and we were, just walking around and stuff, and he, out of the blue, it was a brand new house, walked right through the screen door, and brand new condo and everything, and I was so embarrassed. I mean, everybody there was just
That can
staring
happen
at
to the
him.
best of us.
I walked through a plate glass window the night before my wedding.
You did.
I did.
I know. I remember you telling me.
It's a true story. Walked right through it. Then took a dip in the ocean at 2 a.m. No one could find me. They had the Coast Guard out there. Meanwhile, I was fine. I was with the fishes.
Okay, now those are the 3 women that Jim had to choose from. It's time for you to vote. Decide who you think you should go out with. Who's your choice for Jim?
Oh, it's user choice?
What's that?
Did they say user choice for Jim?
Well, yeah. Well, no, they pick the choice. Yeah, I think
So he's just letting them choose, and that's it.
Some
He's
of
not
them,
going to choose.
very rarely,
Okay.
the guy or girl will allow the audience to choose,
But is
and
that what
that
he's
is
doing
allowed.
here?
I think so.
Okay,
I think
let's
so.
see. The audience is going wild about it.
Number 5. There's only 3. Oh, sorry. Number 3. like screaming ever changed anybody's mind. I'm gonna wait and hear what everybody else has to say. I'm not choosing first. No way. No siree bomb. What did they say? Someone yelled number 1, and I think there was a 2 in there, possibly a 3.
Meanwhile, you all get to vote individually.
Yeah, you vote individually. Shut up and keep it to yourselves.
Yeah, just vote.
Guys, we're out of time, so we're going to find out who Jim
Okay,
picked.
so let's fast forward. Here we go. Now Jim's going to come back the next day. Da 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 da. Let's find out what Jim has to say.
Let's get started by meeting our first guest. He's from Garden City, Long Island. He's not crazy about Los Angeles women, to say the least. He always tells his dates that his job comes first, and he rarely dates the same woman more than...
Well, that's a way to get him, Jim.
Listen, first of all, I don't respect you. Second of all, my
Yeah.
job comes first.
Yeah,
Want to go out?
First of all, you're paying. Second of all, you're picking me up. Third of all, work's always going to come first. Fourth of all, if you have children, they're your responsibility. Fifth of all, I'm going to be dating other people. Yeah. What do you think? You want to go on a date, or can I give you my number?
Months. Please welcome Jem Preziosi. How you doing, fine? Thanks. Have a seat. Okay. Now, what usually happens after a month?
What usually happens after a month is that either she gets sick of me.
Well, usually happens after a month is they get their period, and then I'm out of there. You know what I'm saying, Chuck? That's what... What do you want me to stick around for a week and not get laid? You got a friend I can call? I mean, come on, make plans, contingency plans.
or I get sick of her and break it off. Now, basically, what usually is that if I'm going to break it off, I usually say that, hey, I have to go back to New York for 6 months, or depending on the time of year, because air rates are cheaper now. You tell them you have to go over to Western Europe or something like that.
And then you
usually
see
ends up
him
pretty
out
fast.
How long do you have to go back to Western Europe? That's a rather elaborate story to break up with someone after a month. That's so stupid. I gotta go to Czechoslovakia and do some CIA work.
I told you my work always came first.
Usually what I do is I go get an arm amputated, and I say, well, I gotta go over to Russia and get that cheap surgery for my arm. Problem is I'm running out of arms, Chuck.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's an elaborate story after a month.
I'm going to start thinking about glass eyeballs. You know what I'm saying?
Western Europe, because airfare's cheap.
Yeah, airfare's cheap. You check the airfare? There wasn't even internet back then.
Delta Airlines reservation system, how can I help you? Yeah, it's been about a month with this chick. I gotta break up with her. You got any cheap airfare I can pretend that I'm using? Oh, hey, Jim, yeah. Today's specials to the south of France, $2,000 for runway. I can't have that kind of money. I don't have that kind of pretend money. You think you got something cheaper?
That's so stupid.
That really is.
Just to break up with somebody?
Or that he's going to New York for 6 months. He'll say one of those two things.
Yeah, one of those two things.
I mean, what about when you're out the next week and you're at the bar?
Yeah. You're dating her friend. Back. I mean, how big can a town be? Hey! Hey! 6 months. I was going to go for 6 months, but turns out the CIA didn't need me that long. You know, the CIA, they're flaky. Still don't want to go out with you.
You're going out of town.
No, Europe.
Western Europe.
Yeah, Western Europe sounds good.
Well, we're going to remind everybody what happened yesterday.
Because Chuck goes, why don't you just say you're going out of town?
Yeah, Chuck says, why don't you just lie?
He's like, I did.
I did.
Western Europe.
Yeah.
Choices. They voted for one. We're going to take a look at all three women again and catch you up. First, there's Robbie. Her hobbies include painting and drawing, and she dates about every other night. Dates a lot. Melissa's divorced.
She dates a lot. She's a hoe.
What the fuck, Chuck?
She's a loose Lucy, if you know what I mean. What the fuck, Chuck?
She is very hesitant about getting involved in a serious relationship. Lisa thinks that she'll be perfectly happy just being a housewife. Now, the audience vote was recorded yesterday. We're going to get to that.
Aim high, Lisa. Aim high.
Later on, but right now, Jim's going to tell us who he chose.
Who did I choose?
Who did you choose?
I chose Robbie.
Who did I choose? I forget.
Oh, my God. Come on, man. You're a douche.
Yeah. Was that part of his, no respect?
Yeah, that's part of his no respect, meanness.
Who did I choose
Who
again?
did I choose again? Some broad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some broad.
Robbie.
Does it really matter? You tell me. You think I can keep track of this shit? It's been about a month, so I'm headed to Western Europe after this.
Hi, Robbie. Welcome to the show. Just make yourself at home back there, okay? All righty. Tell me about the day. Yeah.
I got there about a half hour early, to be honest with you, because I didn't know how long the drive would be.
Yeah.
And
so no problems finding her place, right?
I did get lost, made a phone call and said, okay. She gave me directions, got there. Very nice place.
Pulled over, used a payphone.
She was upstairs getting ready.
True story.
Yeah.
And she said, there's a bottle of wine. I had a couple glasses of wine. And
then we hit the road.
Seen her.
No, I haven't.
Then I got back in the car and took off without her. I made her walk.
I was drunk.
Yeah, I was drunk, so I made her walk.
Seen her yet. This is going on for about a half hour.
Oh, really?
45 minutes.
You're sipping on a wine and waiting.
Wine and waiting.
Well, you were a half hour early, dude.
Yeah, you're the one who showed up early. And is a half hour really that long? I mean, in the grand scheme of things?
No.
Yeah.
What happened then?
Well, she had to come down sooner or later.
She did come down.
Good. Either that or this is going to be maybe the strangest date we've ever...
So then what happened was that I was wearing a tie. Now, I never wear a tie except at funerals and weddings.
I see.
Okay, and immediately she didn't like my tie.
Well, why were you wearing one to this?
Yeah, why are you wearing one to a first date? Man, the 80s was weird.
He was.
Who's dressing you? Your mom?
First of all, he says he doesn't care about women, but he arrives 30 minutes early
wearing
a tie.
That's right. And he does care.
He does.
Well, I don't know. Ask her. I don't know why she didn't like my tie, but she took my tie off instead.
Took it off?
Oh, yeah, she took it off.
First of all, I mean, I took his tie off because he spilled wine on it.
You go, girl.
I asked him, why didn't you iron your shirt? And he said, well, I did. And I said, I can't tell. And I straightened out the shoulder pads on him. They were a little crooked. And he had the beige tie on, beige shirt, beige jacket, beige pants, beige shoes. He was like really washed out looking.
Oh, he was going for that Miami Vice look.
That's right. Khaki on khaki on khaki on khaki. Nothing goes with khaki like khaki.
Khaki.
What is this? A fraternity golf outing? I mean, come on. Let's go. A fraternity golf outing.
Khaki like khaki.
Yeah, nothing goes on with khaki like khaki on khaki. Put some khaki on it.
Frankly, she wasn't good looking enough for her to give me that kind of comment.
Oh, God.
Jeez, buddy. I mean, she's pointing out that khaki with khaki anything doesn't go.
And you spilled wine on your tie, dude. Take it off.
You spilled wine on your tie.
Why don't you like my tie?
Yeah, she didn't like my tie.
All over it.
Yeah, you booped yourself, man. Just admit it. You showed up with the wine on your tie. Didn't know that you spilled it. You never cleaned it.
I didn't know Daryl Hannah wasn't good looking because that's how he thought I looked. He said I looked like Daryl Hannah.
I did?
Yeah, I guess Daryl Hannah.
I don't know. Did I? I don't know.
Well,
I usually say anything.
You would know.
I've done a ton of drugs.
Well, I don't know. I usually say anything. That's what he said. He goes, I don't know. I'd say anything. I was literally coked out of my mind. Still am. I haven't slept in 30 days. I've been waiting for this fucking show. Hey, khaki on khaki on khaki.
I've never had anybody stand on the Fifth Amendment here.
Fifth Amendment? Can I stand on the Fifth Amendment?
You can stand on anything you like.
Okay, stand on the Fifth Amendment.
So what happened next?
What happened next was we went out to dinner. I talked about my work a little bit, and she couldn't understand what I actually did or anything.
Hey, wait, hold on.
What exactly do you do?
He's a recording engineer.
He is?
Yeah, which explains the coked outness.
Yeah, of course.
In the 80s.
Yeah, I mean, you sit in this studio and try and edit 3 episodes of the commercial break a week without fucking help. Sorry, honey. Sorry, I got a little bit of a cocaine problem. Sorry, the commercial break is losing money. It's in QuickBooks under all-night editing. It's our biggest line item.
Literally.
Literally.
Line.
It's a line item.
Honestly, I didn't know that I was going to be out on a date with Sunset Studios or wherever he works. I would have preferred taking a nap on my pillow.
Oh.
He took her to the studio?
No, he tried to talk about his work, and she was bored by it. Okay. But listen, you got to read the room.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't just come in hot talking about recording engineering. No one gives a fucking shit. It's interesting to the other 16 recording engineers. Trust me, I know. I know that what goes on in this studio is only interesting to 4 people in the entire world. Krissy isn't even one of them. She comes in and she's like, oh, sounds good. Hey, you want to hear this? Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, great, whatever. Say
put it out.
Yeah, put it out. Do it.
Sexual prowess, and
what?
I just kind of tuned out.
Said what?
I guess he's just a sexual kind of guy.
What?
What happened?
What? Okay. Is he fucking the recording machine, or is he in the studio boning the engineering equipment? What's going on here? I think I lost here. I think I'm lost on this one. I think Chuck is too.
Yeah, Chuck.
Basically, what happened next is we had dinner, and she takes me out. Now, she drove.
She drove.
She drove.
If you saw his car, I drive.
Yeah. See, that's typical Californian, female Californians. They judge you by what car and how you dress. That's an example right there.
I think personality.
Hey, I can't help it. It's true.
Well, I mean, first impressions.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you're showing up in basically a painted catalytic converter with 4 wheels. I mean, come on, man. And she's got like a Corvette. Khaki on khaki. With khaki shoelaces. I mean,
yeah.
If you get pulled over, instantly the cop knows you're full of cocaine. I mean, it's like, was there a sale at the Gap because you spent too much money on blow?
To you in New York, I'd stay here in California.
Oh, really?
Oh.
What happened next?
What happened next? We went dancing to this club.
Yeah. Is he a good dancer?
Terrible dancer.
You are?
Oh man, he told me a choreographer taught him how to dance.
He did.
And I said, is that the only...
He did. Stevie Wonder's choreography taught me how to dance. I have the same choreographer as Ray Charles.
He did.
He did. Prove it. This guy's so full of shit. Prove it. He doesn't remember what happened. He's this guy's bad news.
Yeah,
good
really
for this girl. Good for her.
Yeah.
He taught you because it's the only thing you've been doing all night, Right. I would have loved to dance with anybody else there.
You admit that you're not a good dancer.
No, I admit I'm not a good dancer.
But really, during dinner, he talked about how he's going to attack me in the parking lot. And I said, no, you're not.
Attack me in the parking lot?
In the parking lot? What is it?
This guy is a piece of work.
911, what's the address of your emergency? I'm being attacked by a khaki monster! Can you give me a description of the suspect? Khaki on khaki on khaki on khaki! With khaki shoelaces, he's running west on Sunset Boulevard. Ma'am, that describes half of Hollywood. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. So we got in my car and I said, how about a little after dinner dessert? And he said, sure. And I said, how about a little kiss? And sure. He reached over to give me one. I stuck my hand in his face. I said, hold on. I dug around the back seat, pulled out this big Hershey's Kiss and shoved it in his chest and left it.
Wow. This girl's awesome. I want to know where Bobby is. I want to hear 30 years later exactly how Bobby... Right. There's so many more details we didn't get here. And I want to know exactly what happened.
She's on her 5th husband at this point. And just a Spitfire.
Because she's a Spitfire. That's right. No man is...
how about a little kiss? Well,
here's a Hershey's kiss. That's a joke for the 80s. Now would be like, I pulled out my semi-automatic Uzi and shot him 30 times in the chest.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into this. Basically, that's real lame, and she sat there on a video and says, "Hey, I'm fun, exciting." I mean, that's fun and exciting. That's pretty lame to me.
I thought it was.
But you fell for it, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I did.
You told me that.
Oh yeah, I did. Oh yeah. By the way, yeah, I did. This guy is a box of rocks. Yeah, it's high as fuck. He's a box of rocks.
Girl, I mean, as far as you were concerned, was totally unappealing when you saw her. Now you're all over. What does that mean? I don't understand that.
Put a couple of drinks in me and the crack of dawn starts looking good.
Let's take a look and see the audience pick.
Oh, okay, so he picked...
Chuck doesn't even like this guy. That very rarely happens. Usually Chuck is pretty equanimous, like he'll just stay out of it.
Yeah.
But Chuck doesn't even like this guy.
Like, you're a douche.
Yeah.
The middle girl who said she didn't want to get involved with anybody and has a mullet.
Yeah. Well, then that's a perfect fit for this jackhole.
If you'd like to ask Melissa out, we'll pay for it.
No, I'm going back to the bars.
Back to the bars. Okay.
Because I'm having so much luck there.
Yeah, I'm told I get laid every 3 seconds. I mean, once I do. Maybe? Did I? I don't know. Did I?
Things didn't work out as far as the love connection, but we have a nice gift for you. Maybe we'll see you again.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
Yeah, as long as they don't look like that New Yorker.
So strange. Ken, sorry that things didn't work out for you. We have a nice gift for you as well, and we're going to come right back with another couple. Hang in there.
Chuck did not even shake his hand. Chuck shakes everybody's hand. And he didn't even shake that guy's hand.
That guy was awful.
He was awful.
But funny to make fun of.
His technique worked perfectly.
Go back to Western Europe.
Yeah, he's off to Western Europe. Oh my gosh, so much fun. Yeah. So much fun we have here at the commercial break. I mean, what more could you ask for? We gave you an hour of our time.
And we're taking you a trip around the world.
We're taking a trip around the world, and all we get is a Hershey's Kiss. Fuck you. Oh my God. Well, Krissy, you know,
yes,
you can't win them all, bud. Can't win them all.
No.
Or you can't win most of them, or even all of them. Yeah, or any of them. If you're the commercial break. But do go to the tcbpodcast.com, the brand new tcbpodcast.com. All the audio, all the video right there in one location. You can also contact us by hitting the Contact Us button. And comments, questions, concerns, content ideas, we're taking them all through the website. We certainly would appreciate it if you leave us a review on your favorite podcasting platform. Thank you to all of those who have. All those who haven't, if you would take 1 minute out of your day, we really would appreciate it. It helps the show reach new people, basically. And that
we still have stickers as well, too, if you'd like.
No, let's not even get into that. Fuck that. We tried. We tried. BTY Fridays, throw that one in the trash. The listeners have spoken, and they fucking hate it, so...
We got a couple of people that said they loved it, but I guess the downloads showed it.
I think those are... we had a few people who said they liked it, and those few people were the only ones who downloaded it. So there you go. We're sorry. We're back on track. We get it. Don't
replay
episodes. We're back on track
till our next thing.
Yeah, how would we get a break here if we can't replay episodes? What are we supposed to do? Maybe we'll take other funnier shows and put them on our RSS feed. That's probably it. I'm going to call Smartless and tell them free advertising.
Yes,
yeah. Watch our numbers explode. Finally, something funny on the commercial break. At tcbpodcast.com on Instagram and on TikTok. YouTube.com/The Commercial Break 661. Best to yo 661-237-8296. Text us, leave us a voicemail. We'd love to hear from you. Okay, Krissy, I'm exhausted after listening to that asshole all afternoon.
God.
I'm done. I love you.
I love you.
Best to you.
Best to you.
And best to you out there in the podcast universe. Until next time, Krissy and I always say, we do say, and we must say, bye.
Deep underground the Jelly Belly factory, Bibi is in her secret laboratory creating the weird and wild flavors of Bean Boozled.
I've done it again.
Is it pomegranate or old bandage? Dare to compare. Bean Boozled, 6th edition. Are you brave enough?
Whatever kind of night you're having, start it off right with Drizzly, the go-to app for drink delivery. Whether you're mixing up a bullet bourbon old-fashioned for a cozy night in, or Kettle One Bloody Mary bar for a birthday brunch, you can get the perfect beer, wine, and spirits for any occasion delivered with Drizzly. So,
what's it gonna be?
Download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com to choose your drinks today. Must be 21 plus, not available in all locations.